A very warm welcome to the second i-doit Pro community call. My name is Stefan Böttcher. I'm the CMO of Synetics, and with me in the call are my colleagues Daniel Kirsten, our CTO, Leo Fischer from our development team, and Patrick Blum from consulting. Actually, this is our second community call today. It's a new concept, and we plan to do more of these sessions over the course of this year. So please stay tuned for more sessions with in-depth technology insights about and around i-doit Pro. Today in this call, we have a very interesting topic. For the first time, we are showing a few highlights of the i-doit Pro facelift as part of a sneak preview. That's the first time. i-doit Pro is and remains our most important product. With the facelift, we want to clearly underline this fact. However, we are not only investing in an improved user experience with i-doit Pro, but have also set priorities, new priorities on the roadmap for the coming years. Of course, all this and roadmap information are too many details for today. There is no time for digging into all these aspects. And this is why we would like to encourage you to attend our online conference, our online user conference called Do It Better Conference on the 28th, the 29th, and the 30th of September. So in a few days, we are about to start this conference. And you as participants of today's community call, you are already pre-checked in the system, and therefore you can register as participants for free of charge until next Monday, and you will find more information about the registration process in the course of this community call. Finally, a few quick tips for your questions. Feel free to use the Q&A tool and the chat. We try to answer as many questions as we can. If there are any unanswered questions today, we will definitely take them into the Do It Better conference, and we will deal with them in the Q&A session there. So thank you very much, and I hand over to Daniel, our CTO.
Yeah, also a quick hi from me, and I really just wanted to give a very short update from our development teams. The last times was in many aspects a little bit different than usual. On the one hand, there was the forced home office situation, but also the Ukrainian crisis. As some of you may know, we also work with Ukrainian colleagues, and the situation there has certainly not made cooperation any easier. However, we have managed both crises well so far, at least from the point of view of i-doit development. But unfortunately, this does not help the people affected in the overall context. On the other hand, I think we have came much closer together, at least on a human level. In addition, there have been many new developments in our development processes, as we have been breaking new ground for some time now. We are working with new processes and approaches, especially a stronger user-centric approach, and thus a stronger focus on UX and UI. My colleague Patrick will present the first results you can see today in i-doit Pro. But it's important for me to convey that this is just the start for more extensive usability enhancements in i-doit Pro. We have a strong roadmap with many more interface and usage improvements planned. But what exactly is planned will be revealed at the Do It Better conference. So as Stefan said, we would really much welcome you to attend there and get to know more of the details of the future of i-doit Pro. So this is all from me, and now I hand over to Patrick.
Thank you, Daniel. Yeah, a warm welcome from me too. Today I want to give you a brief overview about the upcoming i-doit 1.19 release. We have a new design, and I would like to tell you a bit about our goals and of course the changes. So we have a lot of new functions in this release that I want to present you in the live demo. And after that, we will make a quick Q&A session to get some feedback from you and, of course, answering your questions. So let's start. In the past years, we get a lot of user feedback that, yeah, our functionality is very good, but the web interface is a little bit outdated. So our goal was to create a new modern web interface to improve the usability and, of course, to integrate some long-awaited functions from the community. Yeah, so we made some design adjustments to completely revise the style sheets. We made a new main navigation. We integrated the user menu into that main navigation. And we also, yeah, added some new icons, new buttons, and other interface parts. So there is also some new functions. We can now summarize object type groups. We can create and modify languages, hide some attributes in categories. We are able now to log the last login of users, and we are also able to export reports of the report manager. So I would say we directly go into the live demo of i-doit Pro 1.19. So this is our new interface. As you can see, the top navigation lost some colors. Yeah, we created a minimalistic design over here. As you can see in the upper right navigation, the hover user menu is now integrated into that main navigation. So you can change here the language or also log out from your session or open the administration menu. So the first function I want to show you is to group up the object type groups. So when your instance is growing, it could be possible that you separate object types into many object type groups. So for this, we have a new setting option in the administration. Here we go to the user settings, presentation, and in the bottom, you will find two new setting options. So the first one is the i-doit entry. For those of you who didn't know the i-doit feature, it's a CMDB status filter where you can just filter the CMDB status of objects to just show the objects in the CMDB that are relevant for you. Also, we have a little bookmark feature here inside of that. But if you don't need that function, you can now easily just hide it in the main navigation. For this case, we push the setting to no. I save it, reload that page, and as you can see, it's hidden now from the main navigation. So the second option is to show object type groups as a drop-down menu. So we switch this setting to yes, save it, and when we reload it, all the object types that we have defined over here are now in this drop-down menu. So let's switch back to the main dashboard. On the left navigation, you can see that every object type has received a new icon in the left navigation bar. All these icons are in the SVG format, so it is now also possible to show it at a very high resolution displays. Apart from that, we changed the object view and location view into a drop-down menu. So we also have here the tree view to change between physical locations, logical locations, or the combined view. Yeah, in the tree selection, you can just navigate through your IT infrastructure as usual and can directly open the objects you want to open. So this is the object view. Like you can see in the left navigation, we have all these categories with a little bit more spacing between each category, so it's easier to click the right category. We also have new icons in the upper part for the logbook or status planning. It's also part of the new design. Yeah, also the breadcrumb navigation has got some more spacing also between the edit button and the breadcrumb navigation so that we can avoid misclicking a bit more. Also, the buttons for the print view and the link to this page were switched to the upper right corner. So because we wanted to put the focus here on the relevant administration settings, so that we just have here the buttons for editing, saving, and canceling. So what we also changed was the general information about an object. We have now here a toggle menu with all the general information that were in the upper part of an object, information like the sys-id, the primary access URL, or location. Many of our customers just choose the right category in the left navigation. So we also try to save some space here for those who need that information, just can toggle the view here. So let's have a look at the next great feature to change the visibility of attributes. For example, in some cases, you want to hide, for example, the sys-id, the tags field, or the description field. Now you have in the administration center, in the CMDB settings, the new menu item attribute visibility. So when we click here, you are now able to edit every category that in i-doit exists. This includes also the standard categories. So for our example, we can just open the general category and now hide this attribute fields that we didn't need anymore. So in our case, the sys-id, the tags, and the description field. We save our settings and switch back to our client. So when we reload now this tab, then we can see that these attribute fields are hidden in the configuration of this object. And so we can highly customize every view on every object. Additionally, you can also use the authorization rights system to make further changes about which users and user groups can have access to different categories and objects. Okay, let's go again in the administration area to have a look at our custom translation feature. With the new major release, you will be able to add complete new languages to i-doit. For example, if you want to add French to i-doit, you can just add a new language, pick the flag. Where is it? Here we have it. And then you're now able to, just customize every language constant that exists in i-doit. Before you had to make it through a configuration file directly on the server. Now you also be able to do it, just over the web interface. It's also possible to import existing translation files from your server, so it become very comfortable to edit these new languages. You can also edit existing language packages. For example, you want to change the edit button, for example. You don't want that here is written edit. You want to change it to modify, for example. So we just edit the English language pack and filter this list for edit. So now we have to choose where is the language constant for the navigation bar. And here we can see this is the right constant, and we can change it just to modify. We save our settings, and when we switch now again to the custom translation page and reload it, we can see that the edit button now changed to modify. Okay. Apart from that, we had another nice feature for exchanging reports with other department companies or users. In the report manager, we are now be able to export reports as an XML file. So you can easily just export the information of an report and the settings to an XML file, share this data with another user, department, or company, or our support if you have some trouble with a report. And then you can easily just import other report files via the import report button. Yeah, in the future, we will also create reports and make them downloadable in our blog at i-doit.com, so that you will be able to also get some new reports directly into your instance if you want to. Okay. So there is another nice feature for logging the last login of users. To activate this feature, we need to go in the administration center, go to the system settings, open the tenant settings, and go down here to the menu item security. So here is the new feature for information about the last login. Important note at this point, before you activate this feature, please check the company data privacy agreements if you are allowed to track the login of your users. Yeah, when you have activated this new feature and you want to deactivate it, then you get a note that every data will be removed permanently. So be sure before activating and deactivating this new feature. So if you have activated it, then you can go in the object type group contact and open the object type, for example, persons. Here you find a new category column with the last user login of the user. So you see, my first login today was at 10 o'clock. So I didn't log out the whole day. And my colleague, Leonard Fischer, didn't log in at all. So it's a good feature for us to check which user is documenting things in i-doit and which not. Okay, so let's have a look at the system requirements. Yeah, PHP 7.3 is not longer supported. There are no security updates anymore. So the minimum requirement for i-doit is PHP 7.4. With our major release 1.19 for the first time, you would be able to use PHP 8.0. So we highly recommend it to use it. There's another important note. If you have installed any i-doit Pro add-ons, you must update them to use the new facelift. They also will work without the update, but it looks a bit strange when you have the new design in your main interface. And when you open up an add-on like the Documents add-on or the Analyzers add-on, you will find the old design. So we highly recommend to make the upgrade. Okay, this was my overview. I would say we are going to the Q&A session, and I would like to receive some feedback, or just tell us your questions so that we can go on here.
Yeah, I can't see any questions so far, neither on the Q&A tool nor on the chatter. So here's one. Will there be Debian packages for installation?
Actually, we don't have any Debian packages for installation. It's pretty difficult because we have lots of dependencies on different libraries. And for the main components like PHP and MariaDB, this would be easy. But if you build a fully official Debian package, you have to have packages for each library included. And this is really a lot of effort to maintain. And it doesn't necessarily make sense in our case because we do offer a ready-to-use virtual appliance as well as automatic installation scripts. And I'm going to provide you with an URL in our knowledge base where there are the different installation options mentioned.
Okay, thank you, Daniel. Any other questions from the audience? Now is it's an excellent opportunity because we're only a few people here in this English version of our community call. So yeah, if there's anything else, just check. If not, I would say, Patrick, thank you very much for your presentation. There will be more details about i-doit Pro and the roadmap of i-doit Pro in the Do It Better conference. By the way, the Do It Better conference is an online conference in German, but we have translators, online translators that are working alongside the team. So there's absolutely no problem for anybody who understands English to follow the content of that conference. So feel free to register. As I said, it's free for you guys here in the call. You are pre-checked and you can register for free on the 28th, 29th, and the 30th of September. Thank you very much for taking the time, and we look forward maybe to meet or see you during the conference. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.